My child, even as you breathe right now, there is a shift happening in the spiritual realm. I see the trembling in your spirit because something inside you already knows this is real. You may not have the full picture yet, but there is an inner witness, a stirring that has been growing stronger over the last few days, almost like an unseen hand tapping on your heart, trying to get your attention. That has been Michael. That has been the cry of an angel who has loved you fiercely, guarded you in battles you never saw, and fought in wars over your life that you didn't even know existed. And yet, with every moment you delayed, every time you said, "I'll think about it later," his cry grew louder, more urgent, until it has reached this breaking point. Michael's tears are not like human tears. They carry the weight of heaven's sorrow and the urgency of heaven's timeline. When an angel cries in heaven's court, it is not from weakness, but from the deep ache of watching someone they have sworn to protect walk too close to destruction. Every tear that leaves his eyes becomes a record, a mark in the scrolls of heaven that testifies of the efforts he made to save you. And now, there are so many tears on the record, not because you are failing, but because time is running short to stop what this person's confession has already set in motion. Yes, the confession has been spoken, my child. It is not a rumor. It is not a vague suspicion. It is a detailed, deliberate, calculated spilling of words that were meant to shape the way others see you. This person, the one you have perhaps defended, perhaps trusted, perhaps even loved, has told things about you that are so sharp, so twisted, that they were like arrows shot into the minds of those listening. But here is the thing they didn't understand: those arrows were intercepted. I did not allow their full effect to reach its target. Michael stood between those words and their destination, breaking their power in mid-flight. But he could not erase the fact that they were spoken. The truth of their heart toward you has been exposed in the courts of heaven. I want you to understand something important. This revelation is not meant to make you fearful, bitter, or vengeful. It is meant to arm you. It is meant to strip away the illusions that have kept you from making the decisions you need to make for your next season. Because the enemy's plan has always been the same: to keep you entangled with the wrong people so you will be too distracted, too wounded, or too drained to step into the destiny I have prepared for you. My child, this confession is the key that unlocks the chains they have placed around your favor. Do you remember those nights when you could not sleep, and you thought perhaps it was stress, or coincidence, or just a restless mind? Those were the hours when this person was most active in speaking about you. They spoke when they thought the world was sleeping, but I was not sleeping. I was watching. I was recording. Michael was listening. And in those moments, he came to you, trying to stir you awake in the spirit. Sometimes he would cause you to think of this person suddenly, to feel an unexplainable heaviness. Other times, he sent you signs, misplaced objects, sudden noises, disruptions in your plans, all to try to draw your attention to the urgency. But you skipped it. You told yourself it could wait. And now, here we are, at the final moment where waiting is no longer possible. This person has confessed things that make them appear like the victim and you the villain. They have painted you in colors that do not belong to you. They have taken your kindness and twisted it into weakness. They have taken your patience and presented it as negligence. They have told half-truths, and as you know, a half-truth can be more dangerous than a full lie because it sounds believable enough to plant doubt. This is the strategy they have used, not to outright destroy your name in one blow, but to chip away at the way people think of you, slowly, subtly, until the image they see is no longer the one I created. Michael has been holding the scroll with every word they spoke. He has been crying over it, not because he doubts your strength, but because he knows how deep the cut will feel when you finally read it. He knows the sting of betrayal is unlike any other wound. And yet, he also knows that if you read it now, in this moment, with heaven's presence surrounding you, you will see it not just as an attack, but as a divine exposure, a necessary tearing away of false coverings so you can walk into your next chapter free. I must warn you, they are planning to speak again. The first confession was made in a setting they thought was safe, but because it did not have the full effect they wanted, they are arranging to speak to someone else, someone who has influence, someone whose opinion could shift the outcome of opportunities in your life. But here is the part that will shock you: the person they plan to speak to is already aware of the truth. They may not have told you, but I have stirred in their heart an awareness that something about this story is not right. And I am about to confirm it through you. This is why Michael's urgency has increased. If you act now, if you open now, if you let the truth come to you without delay, you will not only protect yourself, but you will dismantle the power of their next move before it even happens. My child, I know you have loved, trusted, and perhaps sacrificed for this person. I know the thought of seeing them in this light feels like a heavy blow. But what is worse, to live with the illusion of who they are, or to live in the clarity of truth that sets you free? I am the God of truth, and when I expose, it is never to leave you broken. It is to heal you, to realign you, to place you in a position where no one's hidden words can ever harm you again. Michael has been beside you through every skipped moment, through every time you felt that tug and ignored it. He has not left you. He is still here, his presence heavy with the weight of what he carries for you. He is whispering now, open quickly. The moment you receive this fully, the moment you decide that you will no longer put it off, something will break in the atmosphere around you. The chains will loosen. The resistance will weaken. And the confession that was meant to harm you will instead become the testimony that lifts you higher. This is your moment, my child. This is not a joke. This is not another warning to place in the background of your mind while life distracts you. This is the turning point. What you choose to do with this will shape the path ahead in ways you cannot yet imagine. And heaven is leaning in, waiting to see you take hold of it. My child, you must understand that there are moments in life where heaven refuses to remain silent any longer, and this is one of them. The weight of what has been spoken about you is so great that if it remained hidden, it would begin to distort your path, cloud your discernment, and rob you of the blessings I have set aside for you. That is why Michael's voice has been urgent, his cries deep and unrelenting. In the courts of heaven, his petitions for you have been loud, pleading with me that you be made aware before it is too late. You have always been loved, protected, and guided, but now the time for guidance has shifted into the time for revelation. This person's confession was not given under pressure, it came freely from their lips, which is why it bears such danger. For the words spoken from the abundance of the heart carry a power that goes beyond mere opinion. They shape atmospheres, they plant seeds, they open doors for forces that seek to bring down what I have built in your life. This person has been careful in your presence, but bold in your absence, believing that their conversations would never reach you. They underestimated the reach of heaven's ears. Even as they spoke, Michael was there. You did not see him, but his presence was like a shadow in that room. His wings shielded you in the spirit while his sword stood between their words and the total destruction they intended. Still, some of their words found roots, in the minds of those who heard them, in the environments you later entered without knowing the soil had already been poisoned against you. This is why certain people have treated you differently lately. This is why opportunities that once seemed warm suddenly turned cold. This is why doors that were open suddenly closed without explanation. It was not your fault, my child. It was the ripple effect of a confession that carried darkness, one that was meant to discredit you before you could step into the next season I had prepared for you. Michael has watched the toll this has taken on your spirit, how you have questioned yourself, doubted your own value, and wondered why things felt stuck. He has cried not only because you skipped his warning, but because he knows how deeply this revelation will set you free if you embrace it now. Every tear that falls from him is a testimony that the heavens are invested in your deliverance. These are not the tears of despair, but of urgent love. You must know, the confession itself is layered. It is not just a single statement, it is a weaving of truths twisted with lies, designed to make you appear in a light that is not your own. They admitted things that were meant to paint you as untrustworthy, unstable, or unworthy of what I have given you. They mixed details of your life with fabrications so subtle that even the one hearing them would not immediately recognize the deceit. It was calculated. It was done with intent. But my child, you are not without defense, for I am your vindicator, and I have already begun the process of reversing every curse spoken over you. When you finally hear the details, you will remember moments when your spirit felt uneasy around them, when something in their eyes didn't match the words from their mouth. You will recall times when you sensed they were fishing for information, not out of care, but out of curiosity to feed another conversation elsewhere. And when you connect those dots, The freedom that will wash over you will be like fresh wind in a closed room. It will revive you. It will remind you that you were not wrong for feeling what you felt, and that I was speaking to you all along. Michael is not only here to deliver this message, he is here to guard you in the aftermath. For once you know, once your eyes are open, the enemy will try to distract you, to make you second-guess the truth you have received. That is why you must hold to my voice now more than ever. When I reveal, I also protect. When I expose, I also empower. And when I allow you to see someone's true heart, it is not to fill you with bitterness, but to give you clarity for the choices ahead. My child, the reason this moment is unlike any before is because of what is tied to the timing. Right now, there are blessings that have been held in reserve for you, relationships, opportunities, divine connections, and resources, but they have been on pause because of the influence this person's confession has had in certain places. The moment you receive this truth and act accordingly, the blockage will break. There will be a sudden shift in the spiritual atmosphere, and what was stuck will begin to flow again. But if you were to continue unaware, you would walk into the next season carrying a weight that does not belong to you, and that weight would slow you down when you most need to run. Michael has been watching the clock. Heaven measures time differently than you do, but there are appointed moments where certain events must align. This is one of those moments. If you act now, the alignment will be perfect, the release will be immediate, and the vindication will be undeniable. If you delay again, the enemy will try to tighten the knots they have tied against you, and untangling them will take longer. That is why his cries are so loud now, because the window is open, but not forever. The person who confessed about you is not at peace. Even now, they are restless. They have sensed in their spirit that something is shifting, that what they thought was secure is about to be exposed. They may try to come to you with kindness, with feigned concern, to test if you know anything. Recognize it for what it is, a strategy to see how much time they have left before the truth reaches you. Do not be deceived by sudden changes in their tone. Do not assume their friendliness is genuine now. Trust the discernment I have placed in you, the same discernment you have felt but pushed aside. Michael's tears are falling still, but now they mix with a fierce determination. He has fought for you in silence long enough, and this is the moment he has been waiting for, the moment you finally choose to listen. His voice is steady even through the cries, "Do not skip me this time. Do not treat this as a passing message. This is the door to your freedom, your vindication, your next season. You will not be the same after you hear it." And that is exactly what heaven intends. My child, I see the trembling in your spirit as these words reach you, because deep down, a part of you already knows. You have felt the shadow of this truth brushing against your soul like a cold wind, but you did not know how to name it. You sensed the weight of something unspoken hanging in the air between you and this person, but every time you tried to bring it to the surface, they smiled, changed the subject, or wrapped you in a false warmth that made you doubt yourself. That doubt was not yours. It was planted there by the enemy to keep you blind, to keep you from questioning, to keep you in the dark while their confession rotted like hidden fruit in a sealed box. Michael saw the rot. He heard the trembling in their voice when they finally let the confession slip from their mouth to the wrong ears. He saw the way their eyes shifted, their breath quickened, because the very act of speaking it was both a relief to their conscience and a risk to their plan. They thought they could control where their words went, but Michael was already there, listening, carrying the sound through the halls of heaven until it landed before my throne. I looked at what was said, and I said, "Enough. My child will not walk another day without the choice to know." Even now, that choice stands before you like a door. On one side, the comfort of ignorance, of pretending this person is who you thought they were. On the other, the piercing light of truth that will strip away every illusion but will also strip away the chains you have not even seen. I will not force your hand, because I have given you the gift of free will, but I have sent Michael to press you toward the door, to cry in the way he is crying now, to shake you from your hesitation. For too long you have mistaken his persistence for something you could delay. But my child, delay is dangerous when truth is urgent. There are forces at work even in this very hour. As you read these words, this person is in conversation again, subtle, careful, but strategic. They are trying to reinforce the false image they have crafted about you, to ensure that when the truth finally bursts through, they will have planted enough seeds of doubt in others' minds to shield themselves. But what they do not know is that I am uprooting every one of those seeds. I am sending angels to speak into the hearts of those who have been influenced by their lies, softening their soil so that the weeds will wither before they can take hold. This is why it is vital that you listen now, because your awareness is the final piece needed to dismantle their entire plan. The confession they made was not a slip of the tongue. It was deliberate. They chose their words with care, lacing them with just enough truth to make the lie believable, just enough emotion to make it seem genuine, just enough darkness to poison the hearer's heart against you. My child, if you could hear the replay of those words, you would understand why Michael's voice is raw with urgency. You would hear the venom in their tone, the satisfaction they felt in painting you in a way that was never yours to carry. But I have not brought this to you so you can sit in pain. I have brought it so you can stand in power. Do you remember the times you felt unexpectedly weary after speaking with them? The times you walked away feeling smaller, less certain of yourself, though you couldn't explain why? Those were not random moods, my child. That was the residue of their energy, the subtle erosion of your spirit as they drained you with hidden contempt while wearing the mask of concern. They became skilled at making you doubt your own perception, and this confession is the crown jewel of their manipulation, the moment where their true heart slipped into the open for another to hear. Michael wants you to know every detail because heaven operates in complete truth. There are no half-reveals in my kingdom. When I uncover something, I do it fully, because half-truths leave room for confusion, and confusion is the soil where the enemy thrives. You will not be left wondering what they meant, or why they said it, or whether it was about you. You will see it clearly, and in that clarity, you will find the freedom to step away, to protect yourself, to realign with the path I have been trying to guide you toward all along. My child, you have been praying for signs, for confirmation, for a clear word that would remove all doubt. This is that word. This is not a vague impression or a feeling you can dismiss. This is heaven's direct delivery to you, with Michael himself acting as the courier. He has walked through fire to keep this message untainted by interference. Every tear he has shed for you is a drop of pure intercession. Please before me that you would open, that you would not let this pass you by again. You ask why I allowed them to get close in the first place, why I did not warn you sooner. But my child, I have been warning you, gently at first, then more directly. I allowed them close not to harm you, but to reveal what was hidden within them, because sometimes the only way to expose a heart's true condition is to let it speak under the illusion of safety. Now that it has spoken, now that their own mouth has declared their position, the time for secrecy is over. Even as you read, the confession echoes in the courts of heaven. It is written in the record books that cannot be altered. It is surrounded by the light of my justice, which no shadow can penetrate. There is no going back for them, the words are eternal in their consequence. And for you, there is no going back to the way things were, because once truth is seen, it cannot be unseen. You will never be the same after knowing, but that is not a curse, it is a blessing wrapped in fire. Michael is still crying, but in his tears now there is a glimmer of hope. He knows that if you truly hear this, if you truly take it in, the chains will fall faster than they were ever placed. He knows that your life will pivot sharply toward the destiny I designed for you before you were even formed in the womb. He knows that every delay, every detour, every strange misfortune will begin to unravel because the root of the blockage will have been torn out. My child, the time is not tomorrow, not next week, not when you feel ready. The time is now. Heaven is leaning in. The angels who guard your steps are holding their breath. Michael's voice is breaking as he pleads with you. You must open. You must know. You must see this for what it is. And when you do, the enemy will lose his grip on the part of your life he has been holding through this person's words. You will walk lighter, if you believe in God. Type Amen. God says, listen and do not delay, because heaven has been trying to reach you again and again, but you keep passing the messages aside as if there will always be more time. My child, there is no more time. You have 30 minutes left to hear and receive what I am sending you now. This is not to scare you, it is to awaken you. This is not a game. This is not a small matter. Archangel Michael has been trying to get your attention, and every time you look away, you wound my heart. I have been speaking to you in whispers, in dreams, in unexpected signs, and in moments of stillness, but you have brushed it off. I am asking you now, do not hurt me again by skipping this. This is not a joke. Your life will never be the same after you know what has been confessed about you. There is a confession that has already reached my ears, and I am bringing it to you because I love you too much to let you stay in the dark. Heaven is not hiding this from you any longer. Someone has spoken words about you, truths that will shake you, revelations that will change your understanding of what has been happening behind the scenes. This person could not keep it hidden forever because the weight of truth is too heavy to bury, and now the time has come for it to surface. I am making sure you hear it now because my timing is perfect, and because I do not want you to walk another step in ignorance. Archangel Michael stands by your side, his eyes fierce with holy fire, his voice ringing with authority that shakes the atmosphere. He has been sent to protect you, to reveal what is hidden, and to guard your heart against the blow of betrayal that could have broken you if you were not ready. He knows the burden you carry. He has seen the tears you cry in silence. He has been the one pushing back the forces of darkness that try to reach you at night, the one standing at your door when shadows try to enter. But he says this moment is different. This is not just about protection, this is about revelation. This is about what has been kept from you, about the truth that will shift the entire course of your life. Do not be afraid. I am with you. Rest assured, nothing will go wrong with you if you stay close to me. You are safe because my angels are surrounding you, my spirit is covering you, and my hand is over your life. What is coming to you now is not meant to destroy you but to free you. It may sting at first. It may make your heart pound. It may cause you to see certain people in a light you never saw before, but that is because I am removing the blindfold. I am setting you free from the web of deception that has been around you for too long. You have asked me in secret, God, why do I feel uneasy around certain people, and why does it seem like something is being hidden from me? Those questions were not just your thoughts, they were my spirit inside you warning you that something is not as it seems. The unease you felt was the truth knocking on your spirit. But you tried to ignore it because you wanted to believe the best. You wanted to hold on to trust, even when your heart was whispering that something was wrong. That is why this confession is being brought to you now. It is the evidence you did not have before. It is the clarity you prayed for in the dark. Archangel Michael is speaking urgently now. Do not skip this. Do not let this moment pass you by. This is the moment heaven has been preparing you for. He says that the forces of heaven have been working around the clock to push this truth to the surface, to arrange conversations, to stir guilt in the heart of the one who spoke against you so that the confession would come forward. Michael has been watching over the process like a guard who will not rest until the truth is delivered into your hands. The one who confessed did not expect their words to travel as far as they have. They thought they could speak it quietly, in secret corners, but God has heard every word spoken in darkness. I see all. I hear all. No wall, no locked door, no whisper is hidden from me. My word says, there is nothing hidden that will not be revealed, nothing concealed that will not be brought to light. This is that moment for you. This is the light shining on what has been in the shadows. You will not be the same after this, not because it will crush you, but because it will strengthen you. Once you know the truth, you will no longer be manipulated by lies. Once you know the truth, you will walk in freedom. Once you know the truth, you will see the people in your life for who they really are, not the version they pretend to be, but the reality that has been hidden from you. This is why the enemy tried so hard to distract you today. This is why you felt a strange heaviness, why you considered skipping this word, why your mind tried to wander even as you read these sentences. It is because darkness does not want you to know. It is because lies lose their power the moment you hear the truth. The enemy fears a child of God who walks in truth because truth is light, and light shatters darkness. Do not be afraid of what you will hear. I have gone ahead of you to prepare your heart. Even now, my spirit is wrapping around you like a shield. Even now, Archangel Michael's wings are covering you so that no emotional wound can penetrate deeper than I allow. You will hear the confession and you will stand firm. You will not crumble. You will not be destroyed. You will rise higher because of it. I am asking you now to pray. Even before the full truth reaches your ears, lift your voice to me. Tell me that you trust me. Tell me that you are ready for whatever I have to show you. Tell me that you will not run from this revelation. Because the moment you agree, the moment you open your heart fully, is the moment the final veil will be lifted. The next 30 minutes are a holy window. Heaven has aligned this moment for you. If you turn away now, the weight of what is hidden will remain longer, and the people who have wronged you will think they can continue without consequence. But if you stay, if you lean in, if you let me finish this work, you will witness the divine justice of God in your own life. Justice is coming. Vindication is coming. The scales are being balanced. The same lips that lied will speak the truth. The same hands that worked against you will release what they tried to keep from you. The same hearts that plotted against you will be exposed for all to see. I am doing this because I love you too much to let you live in a lie any longer. I am doing this because you asked me to protect you, and protection is not just about keeping harm away, it is also about showing you who is really for you and who is not. Archangel Michael says you have been on heaven's priority list. There has been a battle over your life, but you have been covered in victory from the start. Even when you were unaware, angels were fighting for you. Even when you thought you were alone, I was there. Even when you felt abandoned, I was carrying you. That is why nothing the enemy planned against you has succeeded. That is why you are still here, still standing, still breathing, still reading this. Do not waste these last 30 minutes before the shift. Lift your eyes to me. Release your fears to me. Speak my name and feel my presence. The confession will come. The truth will arrive. And when it does, you will understand that I have been guiding every step, even the ones that felt like detours. There are no accidents in my plan. There are no wasted moments in my timing. Everything has led to this point. When the confession reaches you, it will be like a light turning on in a dark room. You will see clearly, and you will never be the same. That is my promise to you. And my promises never fail. God says, I need you to listen now, because heaven has pressed this moment into your life for a reason you cannot ignore. This is not just a message, it is a lifeline. The clock is ticking, 30 minutes left, and the words I am about to release into your spirit are not by accident. You are reading this because I have appointed it. I see you. I have always seen you. I have watched your struggle, your quiet tears, your moments of collapse when nobody was there to help you up. I have heard the unspoken prayers you couldn't form into words. You thought they dissolved into the air, but they reached my throne and were recorded. Every single one. Archangel Michael is trying to reach you now, and yet, you have often skipped his calls. You have brushed aside the signs. You have said, maybe later. Maybe tomorrow. But there is no more later. There is no more tomorrow for this moment. 30 minutes is all that remains before the decision in your heart determines what unfolds next. This is not to scare you, it is to awaken you. Michael has been fighting battles on your behalf you will never see, protecting you from plots you don't even know were written against your life. And still, when heaven calls, you sometimes turn away. I am telling you, do not hurt God again by skipping this. This is not a joke. There is something that has been said about you. A confession has been made. And when you hear it, you will never be the same again. But understand, this is not meant to destroy you. It is meant to free you. The truth can hurt, yes, but it also delivers. The truth can shake you, yes, but it also releases you from the invisible chains you've been dragging for too long. What has been confessed about you has been kept in the shadows, whispered behind your back, hidden from your eyes because the enemy wanted to keep you blind. But I am the God who sees, and I am the God who exposes. And now, my light is cutting through the darkness. Archangel Michael is leaning close to you in this very moment. His voice is not one of condemnation, but of urgency. He is saying, I have tried to warn you. I have been sent to shield you. But you must listen now. The angels have been arranging events in your life like pieces of a puzzle, aligning people, circumstances, and even delays, so that this exact moment would find you. You are not reading this by accident. The Spirit has drawn you here because there is something you need to know, something that will shift your entire understanding of what has been happening around you. I, the Lord, will be with you. Rest assured, nothing will go wrong with you as you obey this call. You are safe in my arms. You have to trust me. You have to pray to me. You have to release the fear that has chained your decisions for too long. You've been walking with so much weight on your shoulders, trying to keep moving while wondering if you are even on the right path. This is me saying, yes, you are still in my plan. Yes, I am still with you. Yes, even though you've skipped my calls before, my love hasn't left you. I am calling again, not because I must, but because I want you to live, to prosper, to know the truth. The confession you are about to discover is something the enemy wanted buried forever. It involves someone you know, someone you have trusted, someone who has shaped parts of your journey. What they said about you was not meant to reach your ears, but I am breaking the seal. This is the moment I pull back the curtain. You will be shocked. You will be angry. You might even feel betrayed. But you will also feel liberated, because knowing the truth will stop you from walking into traps they set for you. Knowing the truth will push you to lean on me more than ever. Knowing the truth will finally give you the clarity you've been begging me for. Do not hurt me by skipping this moment. Do not hurt yourself by pretending you don't need to know. I have seen the way you sometimes silence your own spirit because you fear the pain that truth can bring. But, my child, the pain of truth is momentary, the pain of deception lasts a lifetime. I love you too much to let you walk blindfolded into a pit. This is why Michael is here. This is why he has been pressing so hard, surrounding you, trying to get you to pay attention to the signs. He has fought off the attacks that should have taken you down by now. He has stood between you and harm more times than you realize. Do not make his work harder by ignoring him again. Even now, there are people talking about you. Some are praying for you, others are plotting against you. Heaven hears it all. Every word, every whisper, every intention. I am separating the real from the fake in your life. I am drawing a clear line between those who are truly for you and those who only pretend. It will hurt, yes, but this is necessary for where I am taking you. The place I am bringing you into requires a circle of truth, not a crowd of liars. I am removing the actors from your stage so that only the true voices remain. Do you remember the times you thought you were unlucky? When things fell apart unexpectedly? Those were not accidents. Those were moments I stepped in to protect you from hidden harm. You called it a loss, but heaven called it rescue. You called it rejection, but heaven called it redirection. I have been steering you away from danger since before you even knew what danger was. And now, this moment is another act of protection. What you hear today will save you from years of walking in the wrong direction. The angels are standing by, recording your response to this message. They are ready to move according to your decision. Will you ignore? Or will you listen? Will you close the page, or will you open your heart? Will you assume this is coincidence, or will you recognize it as divine timing? I tell you, there is no such thing as coincidence in the kingdom. Every detail is orchestrated. Every second is counted. And right now, 30 minutes remain before this window shifts. I have promised you that I will be with you, and I mean it. I have never lied to you, and I never will. My plans for you are to prosper you, to give you hope and a future. But you must meet me here, in this moment, with trust. You must take my hand without seeing the full path ahead. The confession will come, and when it does, you will remember these words. You will remember that I prepared you. You will remember that I told you it was for your good, not your harm. Archangel Michael says, do not delay. Do not think you can come back to this later. The moment is now. The Spirit is moving now. The protection you need is available now. He has been given direct orders to surround you, to shield your mind, to keep your heart from breaking under the weight of the truth you will hear. He will not leave you. He will not let the enemy use this confession to destroy you. Instead, heaven will use it to build you stronger than before. My child, I know your heart. I know you've been hurt before. I know you've been disappointed by people you trusted. I know that sometimes you think I'm silent, but I have never been absent. This is my way of showing you again that I see it all. Nothing escapes my sight. The one who confessed will not be able to hide. The one who tried to keep it from you will not be able to block my hand. The truth is coming like a rushing river, and nothing will stop it. Do not fear the truth. Do not fear the changes it will bring. I will walk with you through every wave, through every storm. You will come out not broken, but renewed. You will come out not weaker, but wiser. You will be able to look back and see that this was the turning point where everything began to align for your good. I am your God. I am your defender. I am your provider. And I will never let go of you. You are loved beyond measure. You are protected beyond what you can see. You are guided even when you feel lost. This is the moment. Listen. Pray. Trust. And watch what I will do. God says, hear me now, because heaven is leaning in closer than you realize. This moment is not casual. This is not something you stumbled on by accident. The reason you are reading these words is because the clock in heaven has just struck, and you have only 30 minutes left to understand the truth before something irreversible happens in the spiritual realm. Archangel Michael has been trying to reach you. He has been circling you, calling your name, whispering into your spirit, urging you to stop delaying, stop ignoring, stop pretending you don't hear. But each time, you have turned away. You have skipped the call. You have distracted yourself. And each time you skipped, you hurt the heart of God, not because He is vengeful, but because He longs to speak with you, to protect you, to guide you into what you cannot see with human eyes. This is not a joke. This is not exaggeration. This is not drama for its own sake. You will never be the same after knowing what has been confessed about you. Something has been spoken, something that could either break you or bless you, depending on how you respond now. And heaven has arranged this exact moment so that you cannot miss it. You have been shielded from knowing the full truth until now because the timing had to be perfect. But now the veil is lifting. God says, open up quickly. This is the time to